Hello YouTube, this is the Infinity coming to you with part 3 of the guide to the ultimate shiny Pokemon Motherlode. I hope you watched part 1 and part 2, those being the way to get unlimited Gen 1 and 2 shiny Pokemon, as well as the getting Q-Charm Pokemon, mainly being female, as well as how my advice on spamming events. Doing all these things allows you to increase the amount of Pokemon you can obtain. If you do the unlimited Gen 1 and 2 as well as Q-Charm and all that, you can get around 50% of the national dex at the moment, going up to Gen 8, complete in shinies. I'm not saying a full 50%, I'm saying nearly 50%. Also, if you have some events are shiny for some Pokemon that are or were shiny locked. For instance, Solgaleo and Nala were shiny locked in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and we had an event for them. They're no longer shiny locked, but still, there are some Pokemon that events that you can't get for before they are finally no longer shiny locked. So keep an eye out for that. Now, as far as things go, with the Part 1, we discussed about how you can get pretty much any Generation 1 or 2 Pokemon, depending on which version you're using, Gold, Silver, or both, as well as with Yellow and Crystal. How I personally could get up to 249 of the 251 Gen 1 and 2 Pokemon. The only two I'm missing being the Event Mew, which I am not willing to put the effort to get, as well as the Gligar. I already have plenty of Shiny Mew and Gligar that I received from trades, as well as the Q-Charm that I do not need to go through that trouble. But it is worth the time. It is worth the time to do. With Q-Charm, I was able to get only female Pokemon, sure, but I was able to get a vast majority of the Pokemon from Gen 3, as well as a good part of Gen 4 in shiny form, saving me a lot of headache of looking for those Pokemon to then trade with. Especially at the moment with Generation 8, them having very few Generation 4 Pokemon in there, it would have been even harder to find those Pokemon in shiny form. Now, these are going to be my tips and tricks to use the GTS to its fullest potential. For that, you will want to do the paid plan for Pokemon Home, so that you can have as many boxes as possible. But that isn't really what's important in here. What's important in here is the possibility of being able to do 3 Pokemon deposits on the GTS at the same time. Now, unfortunately, I cannot show you that because I'm using my phone to record this. I do not have a capture card, nor do I have the money to purchase a camera for a YouTube channel that I almost never post. Still, I do hope that you like and subscribe and share this video with your friends that that are looking for some good Pokemon, are shiny hunting, searching to complete their national dex. So, like I said, the best way to use the GTS, we're going to start off with the 3 deposits for your GTS. Always deposit a Pokemon that is going to do well pretty much no matter what. Currently, the 5 Pokemon in Gen 2 that I believe are going to trade the best right now are the Legendary Dogs, as well as Lugia and Ho-Oh. The reason for that is because the Legendary Dogs, everyone that in the Dynamax Adventure first saw Suicune. A lot of us didn't know about the shiny odds before that, and we ended up catching a regular Suicune. And that is a shame, because some of us, when we found out about the shiny hunting, weren't too pleased with the fact that we missed out on the shiny Suicune. Despite the fact that I can have as many as I want, I was really hoping to catch one in Pokemon Sword and Shield. I could try catching another one, but I don't really want to start over for that, especially since I have an unlimited currency. But not everyone, but a lot of people feel that way, where they want to get, if they get a trio, if they want to get a single shiny in there, they want the whole trio to be shiny. That is just, it's consistent. It's a matter of consistency. A bit like me, I shiny hunted for Tapu Lele, and I was lucky enough to get one after 60 somewhat attempts. The issue was that now if I want to be consistent, I have to get Coco, Bulu, and Fini. Now I already have over 90 Tapu Koko that from the Ultra Sun Ultra Moon event, but I will still shiny hunt for one that has the same OT as my Tapu Lele. Now, as far as things go, if we want to make sure we can get as many shinies on the GTS as possible, here's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to deposit either Lugia, Ho-Oh, Entei, Raikou, or Suicune. Like I said, if a person finds a Pokemon of a trio or a duo or even a quadruple in shiny, they're going to want the others to be shiny. And a lot of people that caught normal are going to want the shiny version as well, whether they're a collector or just a person that prefers the shiny form. You will be able to pretty much do really well by depositing these Pokemon and asking for the most popular Pokemon at the moment, Regieleki and Regidrago. These Pokemon are trading extremely well on GTS, being what the vast majority of people are actually asking for right now. Very few people are asking for other Pokemon. I'm seeing almost exclusively Regidrago, Regieleki, with some Calyrex and Spectre and Glastrier, but mostly Regieleki and Regidrago. So you are best to try to aim to get those. Now there are some that are hacked, unfortunately, as you can see over here, but that is not necessarily a problem. If you are looking for shiny Pokemon for only the reason of having them fill out a spot in a living shiny dex that you can simply use to get a shiny national dex right off the bat, then it won't pose an issue. If you want a legitimate one, there are legitimate ones that you can get your hands on, but I do not recommend creating fake ones. Don't create. If you happen to get a fake, that's one thing, but don't make any, because it's just not right. Now, as far as things go, Lugia and Ho-Oh, they're not part of a trio available to both games. Rather, one is available in Sword and the other in Shield, which makes them even better than the legendary dogs, because everyone can get legendary dogs if they work hard enough in shiny form, but they have to have both games and play all the way up. Well, play a certain amount to be able to catch Ho-Oh and Lugia, making so that Lugia and Ho-Oh trade pretty well on GTS at the moment. I had started with 120 shiny Ho-Ohs in Pokemon Home, and I'm glad to say that I traded the vast majority, with the exception of 12 that I kept for link traits in Sword. I have been able to trade every single other one. I traded a lot of them for Regieleki, of which I then traded for Lunalas, Solgalios, and Necrozmos until I was somewhat satisfied, because I just love the Generation 7 shinies, and I was really upset when they were shiny locked. But I took advantage of that, and I got a lot of Regielekis and Regidragos that are hacked, and some that are legitimate, like this one over here. It's a legit shiny, but I won't be using it. I'm a collector. I'm only going to use those that I actually caught myself. But all these Pokemon here, with the exception of this row of 5, were all Pokemon that I traded for using some of those Regieleki and Regidrago, and here is what remains. Of 120 minus 12 being 108, I have this many Regidrago and Regieleki, as well as most of these shinies to thank, and a whole bunch here too. So obviously there was some I also used some Entei, Raikou, and Suicune, as well as a few Mewtwo, but the Mewtwo don't do that well at the moment because of the fact that they are available in both, and they are not part of a duo, trio, or quadruple. So like I'm saying right now, the best Pokemon to trade on the GTS right now are shiny Pokemon that belong to a group of 2, 3, or 4. A single is not going to be sought out after as much. Now, the reason I'm choosing Regieleki and Regidrago at the moment is because they are the most sought after. Back when Pokemon the Isle of Armor came out, Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise were very sought out after, as well as Kubfu and Urshifu. I was able to use a lot of Kubfu and Urshifu to trade for some decent Pokemon. And as far as things go, we've got quite a few You can see right here, if I go far enough, you can see that I got a lot of Kubfu, and I got quite a few Urshifu. If you're wondering what I used those on, I'm going to show you. I went on a bit of a Lichen Rock shopping spree. Granted, a couple of them are hacked, like this one down here is hacked, but most of them are actually legitimate, and that's what's great. But at the moment, I am trying to fill up my shiny decks. Although I would have been finished a long time ago, but like most people, it's a lot of work, and eventually we're going to take a break of it. Now, as far as things go, I want to tell you that the event Pokemon, not just the first and second generation or the Q-Charm Pokemon, can be used for the GTS. Granted, event Pokemon can't be used on GTS, but they can be used in link trades. I have used event Pokemon in the past for link trades, and some of them have less value, sure, like the hat Pikachus. They're pretty easy, and you get a whole bunch at once. Kind of gives them a little less value, sure. But there are other events that are quite valuable. For instance, Magearna. The Pokeball Magearna will trade extremely well on the link trade. However, you can only get one. So this one I recommend you really keep it to yourself. But there are others that will trade really, really well. For instance, the Shiny Xerneas and Shiny Yveltal events from Pokemon X and Y. Those trade incredibly well. Not to mention, there are the Tapu Koko from Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon can trade very well in link trades, seeing as they are shiny legendary Pokemon. Of course, that's not to say that they're the only ones that have value, but they trade pretty well in link trades. Not to say anything about the others, they just have a lot more value. And if you are looking at the hat pictures that have the most value, this would be the one. For these 7 were available in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and they were pretty much out for a while. A lot of people got their fill of them, but this one's brand new. I personally don't need a whole lot of them, but having a good 3 is good for me. Now, I'm going to show you my current progress of the Pokedex in shiny form using these exact methods. And keep in mind, I had stopped for quite a long time because I was doing other games. This is a chart of the Pokemon that belong in generations 6, 7, and 8. This chart was done back in when I was starting Pokemon Sun, and with the exception of 93 Pokemon, I have completed the entire National Dex in Shiny, and 11 of those Pokemon are Shiny locked, them being Meloetta, Arceus, Volcanion, as well as Zacian, Zamazenta, Calyrex, Glacier, Spectrier, Eternatus, and who else? Either way, I calculated earlier, and there were 11 that I'm missing. So if you take out the 11 I'm missing, I'm only missing 83 of these Pokemon. And last night I was able to get around 20 of them without much effort. I predict that I will be down to missing about 30 by the end of the month because I am getting back into my trading. And if you missed part 1 or part 2 of this video, don't worry. I have made a whiteboard for that very purpose, being right here. This is a board that basically says the very cut and dry what part 1, part 2, and part 3 has. Pause the video if you need to, if you ever want to consult this thing. It is pretty much a good, I think it's a good tool. Like I said, doing part 1 and part 2 already gives you around 50% of the National Dex in shiny form from the get-go. So it is a very good, part 1 and part 2, I say, are very, very important. They will cut the amount of work you have to do by a lot. So, please try this and let me know what you think in the comments down below. As an apology for waiting super long, for waiting 3 years to finally put out the information about the Gens 1 and 2, and not saying to others what I thought of the Gen 4 Q Charm back 2 years ago, I am going to try to redeem myself by making a special giveaway. I know it's not much, but it's all I can do at the moment. I am going to be doing a giveaway of 90 shiny special ability Mewtwo's. These are its statistics. It has very good stats. It is going to be hardy nature, as is most of my Pokemon. And as you can see, its special ability is Unnerve. So it has a lot of potential. Granted, its move set isn't much, but that's you can simply just go through the move reminder and get some awesome attacks. I will be doing this giveaway starting at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So if you are interested, I am going to be doing this by Wonder Trade on Pokemon Sword and Shield, starting that time, and I predict it'll probably last about an hour and a half. So if you are watching this right now or later tonight or early tomorrow morning, please try to get one of these, and I hope you'll try to do what I mentioned, taking the time to make a Gen 2 Gold or Silver Motherlode of unlimited shiny Pokemon, and that you'll consider trying Hamster Bomb's Q-Charm. I do not know him personally, but I have done 2 games with him, and I am extremely satisfied with my service. And remember, every single one of these Pokemon I'm talking about you getting are legitimate. The only Pokemon that aren't legitimate are those that are clearly hacks that you can get from trades on the GTS, Link Trade, or Wonder Trade. But all the Pokemons you will obtain by these part 1 and part 2 are 100% shiny, legitimate Pokemon. So, please leave a like if you thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to my channel, and if you do end up getting one of these Mewtwo's in the Wonder Trade, leave a like down below and tell me if you're gonna try these methods. This is the Infinity signing off after finally giving you a video that's been 3 years too late. I hope everyone enjoys this, and shiny hunting, and last but not least, if you do complete the shiny national dex this way, please leave a comment in the section down below and tell me what you thought of the process. Thank you, and happy hunting.